So how will the newly passed tax reform impact you? The answer is different for every taxpayer, which is why people are turning to the pros to seek advice. H&R Block just released the results of a new survey, and here with more details on that and a few tax tips for us is H&R Block Senior Tax Advisor Andrew Wagner. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Sasha. How are you doing?
I'm great, but just like everyone else, I worry about those taxes. So according to this latest survey, what sort of things are people looking for in a tax professional?
Yeah, so in our latest survey, about 9 in 10 respondents said that they really want to have a good relationship with their tax professional, and about half of those people said that they are willing to be Facebook friends with their tax professional. So I think it's really key here that clients really want to have a relationship with their tax professional that lasts the entire year. So if it's July or August, you want to feel comfortable with your tax professional, that you can email them and ask them questions. But it was also really important to these survey respondents that the tax professional knows their tax situation. So if you have multiple states, the tax professional is well-versed in multiple states, or if you're an expat, the tax professional is well-versed in international taxes. So it's a combination of having a personality that you like, but also having a tax professional that is knowledgeable about your situation.
Okay. Very interesting. So what do Americans need to know when considering how the tax reform legislation will impact them?
Yeah, so it's really important to make sure the W-4 is correct. So a lot of people are going to start seeing bigger paychecks because of the tax rates going down, but it's important to make sure that you're having the correct amount of withholding. If you're getting very large paychecks, it's possible the withholding is too low, which means you might wind up being surprised by a balance due at the end of the year. It's also possible if you have a lot withheld, your paychecks are too small, and therefore you might get a bigger refund at the end of the year. If you own a business and you're making estimated payments, it's important to adjust those also, because the new tax law is going to be affecting all the rates, and people's total balance due, total refund could change up at the end of the year based on these factors.
All right, and what options do tax filers have for looking at their own financial futures under this new tax reform?
Yeah, so if you bring your 2017 tax documents to an H&R Block office and have your tax return prepared, at the end of the interview, the tax professional is going to be able to project your 2017 data into 2018. So let's say your income and your expenses and the number of kids you have on your tax return doesn't change into 2018, the tax professional will be able to say, hey, here's what you got in 2017, here's how everything's going to look in 2018 based on all this data. Also, if you're a new client to H&R Block, you didn't come here last year, you can bring your receipt in from your tax prep provider from a year ago and get your taxes done at half of the price you paid last year.
And quickly, Andrew, I know our viewers want to know this. What can taxpayers do to minimize the potential for an IRS audit?
Oh, no, of course not. The biggest thing you can do is report all of your income. So if you got 3 W-2s, put all 3 W-2s on the return. Don't put 2 of them on there. If you're a contractor somewhere else, make sure you put the 1099 on your return. Make sure you put all of your dividends, interests, any stock sales on your tax return, because that's the easiest thing the IRS can catch is if you don't report all of your income.
Where can we go and find out more information?
You can go to hrblock.com/offices and then type in your zip code, and you can find a tax pro in an office nearest to you.
H&R Block's Andrew Wagner, lots of very useful information. Thank you for joining us today on Coffee with America.
Yeah, thanks for having us.